Hey everyone, this is Jeff, the Horrorfile 666. This video is going to be a contest response to the contest that Mike put up, which is 81 Oak Ridge STF. The contest was for the STF, the Sick Twisted Fuck, basically like your top 40 sickest movies. You know, some of the ones that you see here, I'm just going to go over real quick because I'm not sure if I can go over the 10-minute, time constraints, so I'm just going to try to bang them out. I mean, certain ones I'll speak a little bit about, certain ones that are, more known, I won't. Like I said, though, some of this stuff is sort of mainstream, but, to each their own. Everybody likes their own kind of thing as far as, what they think is sick and twisted. So, yeah, I have a couple VHS in here, a couple Blu-ray, and primarily DVD. I just, pulled whatever off my shelves. But yeah, so this is the first one here. This is Night Stalker. This one I picked up because it had Danny Trejo in it. Night Stalker, based on a true story, of course, of Richard Ramirez. I actually picked this up for, it was like $5 or something only, because the FYE near my home was closing, and I figured kind of a blind buy, but I'm into some of that, like serial killer stuff, whatever, so I picked it up. It's got some good scenes in there, some fairly sort of gory stuff. Here's the Sam Raimi film, Drag Me to Hell. Of course, this has the unrated and the PG-13 version, but no use watching the PG-13 version. I did really love the story of this, too, and some of the scenes of, like, when the girl becomes cursed and all that, and, that's pretty cool, because I like a lot of that, like, Exorcist type of stuff, and, movies, like, with spells and different things like that. This one, I know it's more of, like, a sci-fi action, but RoboCop, this is the unrated Blu-ray. Primarily why I picked this is because the scene, like, when the gang basically, like, shoots, the guy that's going to be, the guy that's Murphy before he becomes a RoboCop, and, it's pretty graphic. Of course, that wasn't shown on TV or anything, and those scenes unrated. Here's The Descent. This is the original unrated cut as well. Really good movie. I actually was going to see this in theaters when it was out, and I don't know, for some reason I didn't end up seeing it, and I picked it up on Blu-ray at Walmart for like $10. Here's a couple of VHS. A couple of these in here are sort of obscure. This one is Bride of Reanimator. Of course, mostly everyone knows about this. Part of the whole Reanimator series and stuff, and this was the unrated on VHS. I do have the DVD, but a friend of mine's borrowing it, so, the next best thing would be the VHS. I figured I would show that. I'm into a lot of that H.P. Lovecraft stuff. This one's a shockumentary, and I hardly ever see this anywhere. I don't think it's on DVD. If it is, it's a bootleg. This is The Many Taboos of Death, Part 6. This one was from PIF or PIF Films, whatever you'd like to say, and it's from 1999. I bought this when a local, like, mom and pop video store was going out of business, and yeah, that's got some pretty shocking stuff. This one is it's a Mondo film, of course, Mondo Magic, and it says mature audiences only, and it's basically just like around the world, different, atrocities and things that have happened, and some of the stuff I'm not into is like they show like animals being slaughtered and stuff, and like, kangaroos being maimed and different things like that, and like hung up on trucks and like these meat hook things, and it's pretty gross. Okay, so I'm down to the pile here. I should probably stop talking as much. David Cronenberg's Videodrome, the widescreen unrated. Of course, everybody knows about that. To me, that's James Woods' finest hour for being an actor, for sure. And Debbie Harry in there is awesome, too. Big fan of Blondie, a lot of that 80s stuff. Here's a movie called Blood of the Beast. It's from the Underground Independent Classics series. And it's sort of like a futuristic thing. Takes place in the year 2012. But, yeah, put out by oldies.com. They have some okay stuff. Here's another one. It's called The Creepies. and it's got Lisa J in there and Eric Flinner. It's like a, you know, this is The Mutation is Among Us, and it's got like this weird looking like spiderweb crap that goes on some of the people and everything, and yeah, I thought it was pretty good. It's 2005, gore and violence, strong adult language. It's more of like an independent film. Here's another one everybody knows, Linda Blair, The Exorcist Part 2, The Heretic. Really dig that, like the trippy type of elements in there. Here's this one, it's about corn. It's called, well, it's not about corn, it's called Corn. It's got a lenticular cover on there. This is Not Nice to Fool Mother Nature. Another fairly independent film. Not too long, just under an hour and a half. It's PG-13, but there's some pretty gross stuff in here. Next one up, Hard Candy. This is a remake, of course, of from the original. But yeah, Roper and Ebert at the time gave it 2 thumbs up. You know, I used to really like a lot of the stuff that they did, you know, before Ebert got sick and everything, and he had the cancer. Here's The Howling Part 3, The Marsupials. I picked this one because I like the gore and stuff of like the transformations when the woman becomes a werewolf and everything, and really dig that. Here's Final Destination. This is the regular snapper case that's all shiny and stuff, Devon Sawa, and I actually picked this up used for $1. It's in perfect condition. New Line Platinum Series. I know it's on Blu-ray. I definitely do want to upgrade. Everybody's seen that. This one is a Region 2. It's part of the Jim Van Beber collection. It's a collector's edition of Roadkill, The Last Days of John Martin, and My Sweet Satan. It says right there, warning, extreme violence. I think this was put out on that Van Beber collection. I haven't picked that up yet, but I've been meaning to. And here's the unrated version of, well, the director's cut of The Stepfather. This was the remake as well. Really like that. Saw that in the theaters a while back. Next one up, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the beginning. It's got the slipcover on it. I thought the gore that they used in there was good. Overall, the story was done pretty well too. It's too shocking for theaters. That's pretty much true. Sublime, unrated. It says, when what you fear becomes real. I really dig this movie for some reason. I picked it up very cheap at Big Lots, $3 brand new. And it says, reminiscent of a really great Twilight Zone, sort of along the lines of that. Here's the Omen remake with Julia Stiles. She's one of my favorite actresses right now, and Mia Farrow's in there as well. The scene like with the hanging, like when the girl basically like kills herself in that like bell tower thing in the college or whatever you want to call it. Here's Vanna White in Graduation Day. I was friggin' shocked to know that Vanna White was in this. I know it's also been put out by Trauma, but I don't have that one. This one's by Legacy Entertainment Incorporated. I think the Trauma one's out of print. You can correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I've been looking around and haven't seen it. Here's part of Dimension Extreme, Black Sheep, unrated. You know, the gore in there, of course, is like from the sheep and stuff and the different things they do. You know, biting people, and here's one like holding somebody's foot that's bitten off. That was alright. This is the Canadian version because it's also in French right there. I picked this up at a Wallbound supermarket for $5. I didn't know it was Canadian, but it's no big deal. Here's Jason Bear, The Tattooist, Evil in Ink. This one was good too, part of the Ghost House Underground. It's got some alright gore scenes for a rated R movie, definitely. This one very much surprised me, the unrated version of The Ruins. I had seen this in the theater as well. I believe it was, of course, rated R when I saw it, and you know, it's just cool, like how the vines and stuff grow on people and eats into their skin and like goes in their system and their bloodstream and it kills them. This one is put out by MGM Breeders. It's more of like a sci-fi horror kind of thing. But it's cool. It says they're gonna love you till you're dead, and it's about like these alien beast things impregnating women and stuff, and you know, you kind of get the gist of it. Here's Jason X. A lot of people hate this. I thought it was pretty good because especially the scene like when he puts that person's like face in that like liquid crystal stuff, whatever, it's hydrochloric acid or something like that, and like smashes it. Here's Rupert Everett in Cemetery Man. This has some really great gore scenes in it. A lot of like really like perverted sexual stuff as well. I like the gore effects definitely. Here's another one which is fairly obscure. World of Death. That's from actually World of Death 1994, put out by Reality Media, and this is a real sick one. 90 minutes. It says, beware, spread the word to help others understand, stop the madness. They pretty much put that out like showing like, you know, like about, you know, death and everything is, you know, like people that are like suicidal and people that have like mental issues and different things, like, you know, that they shouldn't, you know, harm themselves. It was sort of like a, I guess like a proactive kind of thing, but it's like if you're feeling that way, why would you watch that? I don't know. Here's The Dead Next Door. Great movie, one of my favorite on Anchor Bay, of course. This is a worthy addition to any Gorehounds DVD shelf, which is from what Rue Morgue magazine said, and that's true. Very cool. This one is one of my favorite remakes ever, is The Hills Have Eyes unrated. I wish I had like the slipcase that's got like, it's clear and it looks like, I think it has like splattered blood on it or something, but I mean this one, the original Hills Have Eyes, I would give 9 out of 10, and the remake I'd give about an 8, 8.5. Here's The Exorcism of Emily Rose. This is a special edition widescreen unrated. Very cool movie as well. Bunch of special features on there. Reminds me a lot of like The Exorcist type of style. Here's my cat. Sorry guys, it's my cat's Shadow. She's a Persian and Siamese mix. But yeah, she's kind of checking out what's going on. George A. Romero's Land of the Dead, unrated, widescreen director's cut. This was like the last Romero movie that I really dug a lot. But the only thing I didn't like was how like the zombies like figure out how to use weapons and everything, and that's sort of weird. Stephen King's Children of the Corn, that's the original, of course. The Anchor Bay that has like that collectible booklet in there. Really dig that. That was like kind of like ahead of its time in my opinion. Another great remake, director's cut of Dawn of the Dead. This is unrated as well. I do want to pick up the UK one because I think it has like, it's unrated as well, but it has like a couple more smaller scenes in there which were taken out of this. I think it's mostly nudity and things like that. House on Haunted Hill remake. Snapper case. I know I hate these, but you know, Jeffrey Rush was in here and stuff, and I like his role in this movie very much. And the beginning, like when the opening credits are rolling, there's a good bunch of gore. This one, a lot of people talk about Feed. Fangoria said one of the sickest films I've ever seen. Says Feed, can you stomach it? It's a film by Brett Leonard. I know it came in a clear case, but I had gotten this used and it came in just a regular black case. I want to see if I can get like a thicker clear one and replace that. The Divimax version of George A. Romero's Dawn of the Dead, my favorite horror movie of all time. The zombie gore and the makeup and stuff, and even Tom Savini acting in it, which is really kick-ass. Here's Murder Set Pieces. This is the rated R one, I know, guys, like, don't get mad because I'm showing this because it's rated R, but I do have the unrated and a friend of mine's borrowing it. The only reason why I bought the unrated is because the cover was different and stuff. Everybody knows about that, really graphic stuff. Here's Nightmare City. It's got Hugo Stiglitz in it. He's freaking awesome. I love all the stuff that he's in. He's like a lot of you know, spaghetti western and giallo stuff. This is put out by Anchor Bay. This is the out of print one. I like it. I mean, it's, I don't know if it's like zombies exactly. It's sort of like, you know, infected people or something, whatever, but it looks like they just have like mud on their faces and stuff. But yeah, sorry, this is my cat's ass. But the last one here is Cannibal Campout, put out by Camp Motion Pictures, part of the Retro 80s Horror Collection. I really dig this. A lot of the actors that were in there really haven't gone on to do anything else, besides about 2 of them. And, you know, Camp Motion Pictures is really no longer around, but it's part of, I think, Shokorama Cinema and It's under their label now, but I mean, just the cover of this, I remember seeing it on VHS years ago, and the cover just like totally drew me to it. So yeah, I mean, there's my 40. Sorry, this video is really long and drawn out. I hope I can upload the whole thing. I put them all in my sink. I mean, they're fine. Everything's dry in there. I just didn't have room. So there's my whole pile of stuff there. And, you know, I'd like to say a big thanks to Mike for having everybody enter and thinking of the contest and stuff. And, alright guys, take care. Have a great night. Bye.